Okay, very good morning and namaste. Basically, I will be presenting on this global study which Nepal has undertaken. We are in the second phase, and just to let you know that the official figure in Nepal for out-of-school children is 4%, which means like we say that almost 96% of our children is in school. And as we have seen in the last 2 days that there has been stagnant, so Nepal has also been having a stagnant for the last 3 to 4 years. We see the same figures being stagnant, which is very dangerous. And also to let you know that Nepal is it's a very small country, but we have lots of diversity. We have almost like 120 languages. And just to let you know that we were in the very fragile state. It's just a 4 to 5 months that we have had our new constitutions, but we have yet to formulate our bylaws. And the good news about education is our government of Nepal have said that free and compulsory education for all. So that is being already in our constitution, so which is a good news. But as I've told you that we still have our laws and regulation to be enacted yet. Okay, and just to let you know that Nepal have just been in the second phase. It took us almost a year. So now we have just finished our studies. So we still have yet to have lots of dissemination. So with this, I would like to go in my presentation. Okay, also here. Well, as I have told you that this, I think in the first phase of the study, there was a lot of lesson learned from those countries. So based on the lesson learned, Nepal took different steps. So just to let you know that this is totally led by the Ministry of Education, and of course, the National Statistics Office being on board. And at the national level, we have 2 committees being formed. One is an advisory committee and one is working committees. And finally, as I've said that after a year, we started this initiative almost a year ago. So now our report is almost ready. So yet to be launched officially, which will be in the mid of March 2016. I would like to highlight only the major things, the findings from the profile. As usual, which in the last 2 days we have seen what are the major causes of children being out of the schools. Like that, as usual, like in South Asia context, Nepal has also the same profile. For example, we found that children from the poorest household was one of the causes. And of course, we have a caste system, as I've already told you that we have ethnic minority, different groups, diverse groups. We have children with disabilities, though our census have said that only 1% of the children are disabled. So that, and our Ministry of Education, we have a lot of program for the disability too. And we have especially even the girls, girls from the different community and the groups. For example, we have like Raute, Doom. These are the extinct, a very small group of children. But if you see in number, it's quite a large. And of course, we have a mobile population, especially engaged in the child labor, coming from the different rural areas to the township in terms of economic search. And of course, the low preschool access, and we have a high reputation and dropout, especially in grade 1. We have almost like 20% dropout in grade 1. And I would also like to highlight some of the major recommendations from the findings. We wanted to have only the bigger part of that. So one is working with the multi-sectoral intervention. I think this has been coming in the last 2 days that the issue of out-of-school children is very diverse. We cannot have just with one ministerial things, and it is also very challenging. That's what we see. We have been working in a very silo and sectoral things, but when we talk of these diverse needs, We have a different age group, ethnicity, language, so all those kind of things. So one of the recommendations from the study is like multi-sectoral intervention is required if at all we really have to work on this, tackle these issues. And another is, of course, this targeted intervention. We do have a lot of policy in Nepal, very good policies. It's not that we didn't have studies on that, we do have that. Yeah, so we have a targeted intervention is really required, specific for those where the children are located, and refocus our efforts and sources. And of course, this is the profile, I think, which you must have seen over and over again, since this study has the same kind of, the same format. So this is just to quickly to give you a glance of that. And the barriers, this is also to give you a glance to see that as a poverty was one of the major things which came out from the studies. And what are the magnitude? The studies really want to see that. I think this has been already highlighted by the earlier speaker. And what are the existing policies? What are the existing gaps? And recommendation. So we already have that. And we really want to, a few minutes here, saying that how this studies is going to help us and how this initiative is going to fit in the whole process. Basically, the findings, we really hope that the recommendation, we have this school sector-wide program, which is being, that is the whole education plan, which I guess everybody knows. So it's how do we really fit in the overall program, and of course, the government annual planning. And we know that we have a district, then we have a regional, and at the district level, how do we really see that in the studies fits in this alignment? And we also want to see that how do we work in cross sectors? How do we really converge with the local bodies to really see that the studies really fits in their annual planning? And as I've said, that this is just one example that maybe we do have a lot of scholarship programs. So how do we really link that the child who is getting scholarship is really from the poor one? So how do we see this cross sectors engagement? And of course, the engaging of the CBI. And basically, this is my last slides. I think we have really talked a lot on this, who, where, and how. How is that we are really have this targeted intervention? And of course, we really hope that this study will also be used as a non-formal program for out-of-school children, and specifically linking the profile and the barriers, and also, of course, the monitoring and the data, which we have been talking a lot. And there are also these studies has really shown further researches, and we do hope that, and of course, ultimately, we know our goal is to really achieve the SDG goal 4. So basically, this is my last slide. And just I would like to thank UNESCO for really organizing this great event. It's really a great learning for us. And we have all sectors, and Nepal is being represented by different agencies. We are quite a big team here. And way back home, I was just thinking and trying to reflect that what do we have to take it back home. So we really see that, personally, I really learned that accepting the difference is a big challenge. And of course, really focusing on the local context, though we may have a broader understanding here. And of course, the last one, I think in Nepal, we were just saying that the costing of the child. So far, we have been only looking at the costing of how much is required for the child to go to school. So I think the other way around. So thank you so much for providing this floor. And it's a really great opportunity for us. And we do hope that in the next time we'll be presenting much more of our findings. So this is just to give you an overview of Nepal, which we have just completed and not yet officially launched. Thank you so much.